Whoa!
Ah,
Ah!
Whoa!
I'm trying to get a little Hank Hill there, but I don't think I did.
Whoa! Damn it, Bobby!
Oh,
Oh, that's
There
the
it
best
is.
one right there.
There it
That's
is.
it. That's the winner.
We're done.
That's it. Anyway,
What tears it?
welcome back. Here we fucking are. We're playing some more Zweihander. We're running a bitter harvest, the adventure out of the back of the book. I don't know. Once again, there's 4 of us here tonight.
We're still here.
But it's going a good night. I'm really happy with what everything we've gone through tonight. It's good. I'm enjoying it greatly. So, where are we at? Last session, you guys went back out to the ambush site where the caravan got hit. You did some fact finding. You did some investigation. You went back to town and you did a little bit of eavesdropping in a tavern. And Joe, you went up and talked to a couple of the old timers. And you got some more information of like what happened 12 years ago. Mutants attacked the town. Maximilian decided the best thing to do was to hide the women and children in a cave on the Horned Monk, a mountain, a small mountain not too far off from the town. That way, in case the mutants overran the town, at least they would be spared.
Yep.
But during that time, Maximilian was actually able to strike up a conversation with the mutants and was able to negotiate peace. He chased them off, essentially. Like, get out of here while you have a chance to get out of here.
Get
and they did.
there.
But on their way out, the mutants killed all the women and children that were hiding on the Horned Monk.
Which, I guess that's the only thing that's not clear, is like, did they somehow figure out that's where the women and children were?
Yeah.
And that's why they went there? Or is that just where they were already and they went back? So,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think there's any way that Maximilian knew.
Yeah.
So,
If he did know, he didn't allude to it. So it's a mystery at this point.
Yeah. Secretly, he sold the women and children out
Yeah.
to save the town.
Who knows? But you guys went and talked to Maximilian about it, and Maximilian kind of gave you a rundown, which kind of matched the old timers version of events. So yeah, and then you guys went to bed. It's now the next morning, and at an ungodly time of the day, so ungodly early, in fact, that you guys aren't going to be able to completely recover from your peril. Your rest was uninterrupted.
God damn it.
So you all recover up to imperiled.
What's going on, one crit?
Hey!
Imperiled.
Does
One
that
crit.
have any mechanical thing, or is
No.
that just...
It just
No
means
mechanical
that we're
thing.
that
It just means
closer
we don't
to
have a
ignoring
buffer.
our ranks.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have that buffer. Fun fact, everyone, over on
Just
the
means when you do
Notorious
something, you're
DMG
very-
Discord, I have a special... exactly. You guys got woken up real time that Demir is hanging out with. Anyway, fun fact over on the Notorious DMG Discord. It's a closed Discord, so don't ask to get in.
I went in.
Yeah. I've got a special little nickname for one crit over there, and it's Sex Kitten.
Oh my.
Oh,
So if you ever hear me reference...
I think it's time for me
I
to
thought that
leave.
was his gamer tag.
that's his other gamer tag, yeah. If you ever hear me reference Sex Kitten, just know I'm talking about One Crit Wonder.
Scotland.
One Crit, and you're already in it. Oh.
I have an aunt that lives in Scotland. Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Scotland to make a quick joke on it. And I'm sad.
Oops.
It's got lots of grass and rocks.
A lot of places.
That's true.
But Scotland is
This is
mostly
accurate
grass and rocks.
I don't know why that's unique to Scotland. But
Matter of fact, I can go out my yard and show you a bunch of rocks and grass.
if that's the first thing that comes to mind, I don't know if I want to visit.
It's a big place. I honestly...
It's a very pretty grass, though.
I'm going to call it
I don't know.
the England effect there. And kind of over here in the States, we don't hear anything about it except for, the
And
shitty
farms.
stereotypes. And so, yeah, honestly, I don't know.
Demir backed me up. There's grass,
farms.
rocks,
I
and
know about
farms.
Scotland's the accent.
Yeah. Also, I'm
Scotland.
Demir.
I'm
It's a
uncultured.
name that I don't know, so I'm just going to call him David from now on. So David,
Hey,
Scotch comes from Scotland.
yes.
There we
David
go.
Hasselhoff.
Anyway,
And I like Scotch.
so you guys get a banging at the door at an ungodly hour. Sun's not even up yet,
Anyway.
and you hear Klaus outside. Is it Wilhelm? Is that the guy's name?
I want to say, as a jailer, I'm immune to
Waldman.
banging on doors, waking me from my sleep.
Hasselhoff
Oh.
is a German. Yeah.
Yeah, Hasselhoff is definitely German.
Yeah.
They love him over in Germany.
And we're playing Zweihander.
True. Anyway,
I'm not sure how this is relevant.
Klaus bangs at the door. Hey,
Fact.
Waldman, he sent me to get you guys to come on down. Time to get up.
Don't hassle the Hoff.
What a
I
turd.
groaningly get out of bed and nose my way down.
Okay.
Do I smell any food cooking?
Yes, you head down the stairs,
Fantastic.
and you actually see that Andre and Waldman are down there at a table already eating breakfast. And you can see there's actually a spread set out for you guys.
All right.
Continental
As soon as you
breakfast.
come down, yeah, continental breakfast. As soon as you come down the stairs, Waldman, come on down. Klaus went ahead and made breakfast for us this morning. He's a
Awesome.
great kid.
Fantastic.
I'll grab one of those little yogurt cups.
Yeah.
I'd like to take one of the tiny cereals.
Ooh,
There
parfait.
you
Yeah.
Surprised none of you are hitting up that pancake maker.
Yeah.
Man,
That's
you
Push
don't
the
know.
button and hold it under the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fancier place I've ever been. So
I've never used
Just a
it.
little stale rock versions of cinnamon bread.
Oh yeah, I
like the week old bagels.
last hotel I
Winkle
stayed in
bagel
had
cinnamon bread.
biscuits and gravy, and the biscuits were like that big,
Oh yeah.
and they were hard as shit. So even soaking those fuckers in gravy didn't help out. Like I scooped out the center of the bread.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Man, when I was in Jersey, the place I stayed at, they actually had somebody who actually like made the pancakes and waffles like on a skillet to order. And
Yeah.
that's the only time I've had any of that stuff that was any good at a hotel.
Yeah.
Does that look okay? On
stayed in an
my
Airbnb
screen
a
here, the
couple
video
weeks
is
ago.
pulsing.
Yeah, it looks fine there.
Okay, it's just probably because I've got it up twice.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Your laptop might be.
The
Might be-
difference
might
is
just be
clear.
really excited, or
clear
your frame
camera.
rate or something's different between
Yeah.
the two.
Anyway, so yeah, there's a good breakfast spread. You come on down. Andre and Waldman are already eating. Klaus is dotingly taking care of all of you. Good breakfast. You guys eat well.
You're a good boy,
He's
Klaus.
a good boy.
Yeah. Klaus is a solid kid.
Is it good enough to reduce us by one peril?
No,
Damn it.
sorry.
That's okay.
And you guys eat up. So Waldman's like, any questions about what we're doing today?
Nope.
Just scouting.
Right. The important thing is to get information back to the town on what we're expecting.
Yep. What?
If we see an opportunity maybe to tip the scales in our favor,
Mhm.
but our safety and getting this information back to the town
More important.
is more important, right?
Is there any other location along the way or nearby that we could run to? Because I feel like if we're being chased or something, we don't want to run back to town.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to head up to the
Well, I mean, they already know where the town is, right?
Yeah, but might as well not even.
We don't want to say, "Hey, we're from the town to check your shit out."
we're going to head up to the
We
Swing
want them
by
to think
the-
we're just random people checking their shit out.
we're going to swing by the
Unaffiliated.
coal burners,
Free agents.
the coal burners cabin, and from there I know a path heading through the forest and coming around the side of the Horned Monk.
Okay.
So we're not going a direct route. So we should avoid their detection. Where we're going to go will give us a good, essentially think of like a cliff looking over where this cave is.
Okay.
So we should be able to look down at them if they're there. And hopefully be
if
undetected.
They're not in the cave.
I don't know.
Does
'Cause if
anybody
they're
have
in
any
the
sort
cave,
of like
looking down
spy
on the outside
glasses
of the
or
cave.
something like that?
That's a question for you three.
The what?
Let
Dan
me
just asked if any of
get
you have
out
any
my
form of
bag
spy
here.
glass.
If I do,
Got some anti-venom, dark
Bringing
clothes,
something like that
folk
might be
beans,
super
shaft
valuable.
bag,
Believe I have
garish
anything.
tired.
If none of us have it, maybe we should see if they can procure one before we leave.
yeah.
Nope.
Is this
Andre-
a large enough town that there's like some sort of store or anything?
It is a fairly large town. There would be a general store.
The old spyglass shop.
I really don't. Getting a spyglass would probably be tough.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
Andre
why.
would probably chime in like, you know what? I think I might have something back at my place.
Mhm.
Why don't I run over and grab it, and I'll just meet you guys at the gate and when you're heading out.
I imagine it'd be a somewhat uncommon piece of equipment.
Yeah.
Probably not a big call for it in a a town whose economy is based off of farming. So as Andre gets up and he gives Waldman a pat on the shoulder, and then he heads out and he'll meet you guys see if he's got anything. But you guys finish your breakfast and Waldman's like, all right, we ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. And he gets up before he leaves and he grabs a little talisman around his neck, a little pendant around his neck, and he gives a little prayer on it. And then your dice is now
You
ran
dropped
away.
that?
Yep, it's gone forever.
He's
wow.
he's now ready to
Whoa.
roll out. So you guys head to the front
Was
gate.
the one you dropped mine?
Yeah, probably. I'll find it.
Yeah, it'll show back up.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the cats will poop it out.
No, they're not allowed down here. It's a murder Chuck.
They will indeed murder me.
Mhm.
So you guys head on over. That is true, David. There, it went into the kobold's black hole.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that. Okay, you said it. Never
Yeah.
mind. The mystery's been
The
destroyed.
mystery's gone. So yeah, you guys gather up, head out to the front gate. Andre's there, and he actually pulls out like a small wrapped leather case, and he hands it over to Waldman, and he unfurls it. And it is a small, spyglass, little telescope thing.
Yeah, hopefully this will help us ascertain our information
Yeah.
from a safe distance.
Yeah, he's like, now this is old, and I've had it for a good number of years back in my mercenary days, so I would like it back.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Will do.
All right,
I
you
can't
guys.
afford to replace that.
It will be treated
Yeah.
with care.
Yeah. Now we're gonna head out. Rather than doing the full wilderness travel, since you've got Waldman there and he's going to be kind of handling all parts of it, oh man, he's going to be doing the survivalist, the navigator, and the guide. He's going to be handling all of this stuff for you guys. So there are going to be toughness checks as part of travel. And this is going to be kind of split into 3 different chunks of travel. There's going to be travel from here to the cabin, and this is going to be an easy check. So you'll add 20% to your check. So why don't you guys go ahead and make it? And this is a toughness check.
Standard.
Easy.
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 Okay.
So you
20%.
plus
Plus
20.
20.
I
Oh, okay.
needed that.
Bam.
Yeah.
Toughness,
Nailed
you
it.
say?
Yep.
Strong.
I get nothing. So the 69. Oh, good. Good.
Everyone pass it?
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Okay.
I got 65.
Do you pass if it's equal?
If it's,
I think so. Equal or less. You have to
Okay.
hit it or less.
I think it's time to change my my 10s.
Oh, they're not treating you well?
No, they're all over 50s
Ah.
recently. So
Okay, so you guys make it to the first. Moving through the
I'm just gonna
fields,
change the 10.
you head off into a chunk of where there was forest. It's all been cut down and everything, probably used for construction in the town. And you come across this pretty well-maintained cabin out in the woods. And Waldman is like, oh, Tom and his wife live here. He's the coal burner. Let's stop in real quick to see how they're doing. And he goes up and he gives a knock to the door. And there's no answer.
I was afraid of this.
Is there another door?
I'm gonna
does
go-
everything look, like people have been around here recently?
Looking around the outside, like it's a well-maintained cabin, but you don't see any signs of anyone here recently being around the outside of it. And he's just like, now they kind of move around some of the towns, the villages in the area. So just because they're not here doesn't necessarily mean something bad happened. They could be at their place in Swansea because they do coal burning in Swansea too.
They got
I'm
any windows on this
I'm gonna
place?
stealth up to a window.
Can we, we need to sneak up to the window. We can just look in it.
It's up to you. If you want to sneak up to the window, you can.
I want to sneak up.
Go ahead and
Just
roll
knock
it.
Again,
I'm not
harder.
listening. I'm being super careful.
You knock again harder, nothing happens. Dan, are you sneaking up to a window or are you just walking up to one?
We've
As
sure
I'm
already
sneaking
knocked
up
on
to
the
the
door,
window.
so he's gonna sneak up to the window. I'm just gonna go look in the
How did
ceiling.
That
you
is a
stealth it?
critical fail.
Okay.
Lucky for him, I'm just gonna go look in the
I
same
rolled
window.
100.
So there's
Oh,
gonna
man.
be him like this, and
you,
you smash your head through the window.
while you're trying to sneak up, your foot catches on a loose board and you trip and strain yourself and you take 7 peril.
Like I said,
Okay.
he's trying too hard. I'm just gonna.
You
walk
move up and you look in and you
I'm
don't see
already
anything on the
ignoring my
inside. And like I said,
skills.
there's no answer.
Hmm.
And you look and everything seems to be in order on the inside, but you don't see anyone.
Okay.
Okay, well that might be fine.
I want to ask him, like, so are these friends of yours? Like,
Yeah,
I mean, feel weird about being at someone's house when they're not here.
I might just
we
go
know them
around
well
and,
enough.
and check the window. Can we get in if they're not here? Is it locked?
you could try.
Let's just check it real quick.
It's not locked.
It's not locked. Maybe we'll
The
just
door.
roll in real quick and make sure everything's on the up and up.
And he's like, I'm fairly familiar with Tom. I think he'd be okay if we came through.
Just since there's stuff going on and
It's
they're
not gonna come home and be like, someone touched my spaghetti.
Yeah.
No problem.
Somebody
yeah,
touched
Just
on
they're
my
close
spaghetti.
to in between us and where we're going.
Yeah, it's it's nice cabin, well maintained. Actually, it's pretty well supplied. There are some ovens in the back where you can tell he burns logs and stuff down to where it's
His coal
charcoal
production,
that he can.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure they're not dead in their bed or
No,
something.
everything seems on the up and up. You don't find them dead in your bed. Like I said, this is actually a pretty well supplied cabin too.
Hmm.
So, if you guys needed something, you might be able to find it here if you wanted.
I don't.
Hmm.
I'm not aware of anything that we immediately need.
Okay.
Are there any, like, climbing space?
You look around and you do find some like climbing, like some ropes and some hooks and stuff that this dude would probably use for like trimming trees down up at the top, for like climbing trees and trimming the upper branches.
All right,
So
I'll take those.
and Waldman's like, I think it's okay if we borrow this or if we take this stuff, but I think you probably need to leave some payment.
Okay. Yeah.
We don't want to just steal his stuff.
I'll take the pennies I got.
Okay.
from the dude.
And Waldman says like 10 pennies would be enough
Okay.
to cover the cost of that. He's just
Yeah.
like, just leave it on the table there.
That's fair.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? You guys ready to move on?
Hmm.
I think we're probably okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we needed to stock up, we probably should have done it in town, truth be told.
Yeah. Well, at this point, I'm not tracking rations or anything.
Yeah.
If we move into a full campaign, that'll be a question of do we want to track that or not?
Only when it makes sense.
What's that?
Only when it makes sense.
Yeah.
I always like assume like if we're regularly stopping between towns and
You're
stuff.
probably all right. Yeah. All
I
right.
was thinking about mostly, I had an idea about like buying some oil or something like that we could maybe use to start a fire.
They do have lamps here, and they do have some.
Because I have a lantern too, But
yeah,
and
they
some
do have
oil.
a couple, cans of oil or jars of oil, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're wanting to take some lamp oil, you would say just leave some pennies on the table to pay for the oil you take.
Some cyanide for the well.
Like just buy like an oil pot type of deal, or
Yeah, essentially they got some jars, some bottles of oil,
Ooh.
lamp oil.
maybe we'll just take one in case we have an occasion to be
Okay.
creative.
He says like 5 pennies should be enough to cover that cost.
Okay. Just thinking, maybe an opportunity to be creative. We talked about something that can tip the thing in our favor. So
Yeah.
maybe a random fire will.
There you go.
Help
That
us
could
out.
help out. I mean, it's a good distraction.
Mhm.
Okay.
Just saw it and it had me thinking.
Okay. Ready to move on?
Yeah.
I think so.
So the next
Yeah.
part of this journey will be through the forest. It's going to be another easy toughness check. Go ahead and roll those. As you guys are moving through the forest, you do notice that there's a rock wall that starts coming up along your right. Pass it.
1 under.
2.
What?
2.
Oh, you rolled a 2?
Yeah.
Nice.
Good job.
Pass.
Yeah.
Failed.
By 1.
Failed. 3, peril.
No, that's an easy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nothing
That's a
happens.
merciful amount of peril.
Yeah. You guys move along.
I'm just
This
a
is
little
your
slow, and you guys are
in
like,
your-
come on.
in your second hour of the journey. It's getting a little bit steeper. You can tell you're kind of moving up towards the mountain. You can see this rock wall along your right side slowly pick up and really start to get sheer. And it's maybe like you're getting close to wrapping up your second hour travel. I guess it would be wrapping up the first hour travel is getting to the cabin, and then from the first to the wrapping up the second hour would be this.
Hour past the cabin.
Yeah. And he gets to a point and he's like, all right. And you can see there's a break in this rock wall and it comes down into a V where you can actually climb this point.
Mhm.
And he's like, we're going up. And then it won't be vertical climbing, but it's not going to be steady. So you guys might need to keep a hand free for the next part.
Okay. If somebody gets up ahead, maybe we can lower that rope and we can help other people up.
That would be fine.
Yeah.
Who's going to climb first then? This is going to be an athletics check.
I'll go forward.
Yeah, who's best at
Who's
athletics?
best at
And they
athletics,
should be in front.
I'm not trained in athletics, but my brawn is 49.
That's better than mine, and I'm
That's-
not trained either.
That's more than 10 better than mine.
And this will be a routine check.
Okay. 25.
Okay.
Nice.
You make it up the rock wall with no trouble, and you kind of toss down the rope from the climbing gear that
Mm-hmm.
Joe found there. So the rest of you make this athletics check, and you're gonna say you got assistance from Chris there. So Chris,
Assistance, so an extra.
yeah,
tens.
roll an extra tens die.
So how does that work if you're helping multiple people? Is it per die they're rolling, or
Well, each person would roll 2 tens die.
Yeah.
So each of you roll 2 tens die.
hey, 17?
All right, you pass, Dan.
We take the better, right?
You
Oh,
take all the lower.
Either way, it's a 2. I rolled double O's
Okay.
on both of my 10s.
Jeez.
You each make it up. Now, like I said, once you get up here, you can definitely see it's pretty rocky, moving through trees, steep. You'll definitely probably need to keep a hand free, just to help keep yourself stable. We're gonna do another toughness check moving through this just for the travel, and this is gonna be we're gonna move it up to a routine check, so it'll be 10%. And then also, I want you guys to think about: are you guys have weapons drawn, or are you keeping both hands free?
My weapon's two-handed, so I'm
I
keeping both
definitely
hands
have
free.
both hands free.
Do you not
but
have an extra side weapon?
I do, but it's a spear also, and
You can wield that one or two.
It's one or two-handed, but for the moment, I'll probably keep both hands free in case I
Okay.
want to use the crossbow.
Okay.
I think that's
So
more likely to.
yeah,
use.
everyone pass.
Nope.
No. You said we're only getting 10% out of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Those of you failed take 7 peril.
Fucking god damn it!
That's all three of us.
Okay. Great way to go. Now, reminder, if you guys have smelling salts, you can use smelling salts.
Those are commonly easy to access item.
Yeah, you could probably buy them in town.
Not only can you buy
You can
them,
buy
but
a lot of
It's a good thing we bought like 10 pounds of that in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that's kind of thing. There's two main
Gonna
drugs
erase
that deal...
all of my stuff with that.
Yeah, there's two main drugs that you guys should probably watch out for. There's three things you should watch out for.
Yeah.
Bandages,
yeah, which I have none of.
smelling salts,
Which I have none of.
and laudanum.
I have some
This
of
is a
that.
great talk once we left.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
I'll tell you what, if you guys knew you were going into this, I'll say you each can have, each of you can have 2 things of smelling salts, 1 thing of laudanum, and 1 bandage. So go ahead and add it to your trappings. Maybe this is shit that Waldman just had.
Okay. What is laudanum again?
So smelling salts and laudanum are kind of same thing, just for different things.
Mhm.
If you can use laudanum once a day, once per 24-hour period, and it moves you 1 step up the damage track. Smelling salts moves you 1 step up the peril. Now, mind you, taking drugs gives you a corruption.
Okay.
So you use a laudanum, you move 1 step up the damage track, you take a corruption. Bandages are for if you take a wound and you're not wearing armor, you start bleeding, and you will die from bleeding whatever your bronze bonus is.
Yeah, for me it'd be 4 turns.
So you 4 turns and you're dead.
Damn.
Oof.
But bandage, if you have a bandage, you can just give up 1 of your turns and bandage it, and you'll stop bleeding.
Okay.
Yeah, I went and wrote in parentheses on the end of the items what they're good for.
Okay.
So that way I can remember next time.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll save my smelling salt for when I feel like I need to actually use it. So if we get in a situation that feels combat-y, I'm going to be sniffing that salt. So that I can actually take advantage of my martial range skill.
Yeah.
Do damage conditions affect mechanics? Or is it just a tracker?
They do. As you move down damage, you get less effective, I thought.
I don't think.
Oh, no, it's just peril.
As you move down peril, you get less effective. As you move down damage,
Unless you're like losing armor.
if moving from unharmed to lightly wounded, there's no risk of taking a wound. Every step you move down from there, you risk taking a wound.
That's where you.
And so the way it works is when you move down a step. So if you move from lightly wounded to moderately wounded, you would roll a d6. And if it came up a 6, you would then receive a moderate wound. And there's a table in the book that we would roll, and we would see what your wound was. And it's going to give you some kind of drawback. You're going to lose ability.
Okay.
So that's what it is. There's a chance you can move clear from unharmed, clear to slain, and not take any wounds. But there's also a chance you're going to take a wound. And also, if you take a wound and you're not wearing armor, you start bleeding, which means you're going to die. Unless you use a bandage to heal yourself or something.
Whatever type of attack or weapon the person's using, you can modify that.
It can, or you can do it completely random. I think for now I'm going to do it random. It's really cool. Is actually the Zweihander people made some decks of cards, like big cards that were the wounds. So if you were moderately wounded, they would pull out the stack of moderately wounded, and you would just draw a card, and that would be your wound. And it's permanent until you get it healed. And getting it healed means going to a doctor, paying them to heal your wound, and then taking off time to recuperate.
My stiletto has vicious, so it's an additional 1d6 chaos die.
Yeah, to see if it inflicts a wound.
So yeah, if I moderately wound someone, they have to roll as though they're seriously wounded.
False. They roll 2d6, and if either of those bring up a 6, they pick up the wound.
Isn't that what seriously wounded does?
No. They're still going to take... You're thinking that's moving them down. It's not moving them down. it's giving them twice the chance of getting a wound at whatever level they're at.
Well, no, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're saying different things here. So you would roll if you moderately
I was just
wounded,
saying they roll as though they're seriously wounded.
but they would only pick up a moderately wounded
Right.
wound. Right. So I don't want to say it the way you're saying it because it sounds like it's something else. Instead of it being a 1d6 chance of picking up a moderate wound, it's a 2d6 chance.
Mhm.
So it's just a higher percent chance that they're going to grab
Right.
that wound.
Yeah, I guess because it does also specify that they can never get grievous injuries from it.
Yeah. Anyway, anywho,
Yes.
I want everyone to make a standard eavesdrop test.
Standard eavesdrop.
Yep.
Well, lucky for you, I'm bad at that.
Yeah, there, Demir. No one's putting arrows in their back. Everything I've always seen, it's always at the waist.
Yeah, you draw up.
Yeah.
And instead of doing this
Well, how do you put the arrow back?
poorly,
Yeah. Yeah.
that'd be me stabbing
Yeah.
myself.
Slinging weapons to your back, I don't think was actually a thing.
I think that there was like one bizarre occasion where it was real, and it's I think mostly just for the sake of hauling it.
Yeah.
I don't think it was really functional.
Anyway, eavesdrop test. Everyone roll it.
I barely.
This is a standard. Who passed?
I just.
Pass. Chris.
Nope, 95.
So you guys are moving
32
along.
out of 34.
There you go. And Dan, you hear something behind you.
Ironically, for being a watchman, my perception score is just garbage.
Just dog. Okay, that's pretty amusing.
It's my lowest stat.
No one said you were a good watchman.
Right, you're a watchman, not a great watchman.
It is literally my lowest stat.
Yeah. So
Because you get a detriment as a human to your perception score.
exciting.
I think it was that because
Yeah.
it was a.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You hear behind you something moving, rustling in the trees, maybe rocks shifting out of position, and you call out, "Whoa!" And he's like, "All right, you guys wait right there for a second." And he moves off from you guys. He's like, "Wait here," and
While he goes, I'm gonna go ahead and
start cranking up your bow. That's fine. That's probably worthwhile doing.
because it takes me a lot to do that.
A few moments later, you hear a yell. And it's not Waldman that yells. It's like, ah! And then you hear scuffling. And then Waldman, through the trees, comes dragging a person by the ear. And it's Klaus.
I knew it would be. He said he dragged a person by the ear, and I figured it'd be him.
And Klaus, you can see Klaus has that sword that was hanging up above the mantle at the cowardly orcs.
He needs to put that away.
The tips chipped and everything from when Alex tossed it.
Klaus is gonna die.
And Waldman's like, "God damn it, Klaus, what are you doing?" And Klaus is like, "I had to help. If there were mutants, if there were orcs up here, I'm not gonna let him do what they did in the village last time. I'm gonna protect it. And I couldn't let you go alone, Waldman. You're too important. So I'm here to help you guys and protect you during this."
Man, Klaus is gonna blow this for us. Somebody needs to.
I'm like, the last time they came, they killed all the children, right?
I'm not a child. I'm nearly a man, and I got a sword, and I got a strong arm.
Look at this short-looking fellow, and tell me how old you think he might be.
I don't know. He's an elf. I've never seen an elf before.
You may think yourself a man.
I'm a halfling, Klaus.
What are those?
What are those?
What are those?
He's one of them. Similar in stature, but
Yeah.
much greater in age. You are still but a child.
Waldman's like, "Well, I don't want to send him back on his own. It's not safe, and I don't think
he came out here just fine on his own.
No, we can't send him back because that'd be dangerous. But we can't.
But
I think we're gonna have to take him with us, guys.
He's gonna need to be.
He's
calm.
gonna die.
He's gonna have to be calm as hell. Because we get to that
Okay.
camp and we see orcs, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna fucking kill those motherfuckers!" And then he blows our cover and ruins our scouting mission.
My character just says that and then starts marching forward.
Klaus, I think I left the door to the cabin unlocked. My mistake.
I'm not going back. I'm coming with you guys to help out.
It appears as he's cannon fodder.
And as I'm still walking forward, I'm just like, "You're gonna die."
Make me an awareness test, Chris.
An awareness test.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, if only.
This is going to be a standard awareness test.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. I failed. 87.
You're taking a few steps forward, and all of a sudden, you hear a little whistle, and you feel something move real quick above your head, ruffles your hair a little bit. And Waldman's in mid-sentence, like, "Well, we can't take..." And you guys look back, and there's a short arrow with black feathers
Sticking out Waldman.
sticking out of his face, right underneath his eye,
Oh.
as Waldman falls back dead.
Did he have a sword on him or anything?
We'll say, yeah, he had a sword on him.
Boy,
I'm like,
Alright.
"Shit, get
I'm
down!"
gonna
And I like
uh,
go behind a tree.
grab his sword and throw it at Klaus. Like, don't use that fucking thing.
get yourself a real weapon at least. So we enter combat.
Well, that's a possibility. You guys haven't even looked to see where the arrow came from.
Yeah, I want to do that.
So give me an awareness look.
Oh, okay. Boy, if only I wasn't.
18.
If only I wasn't dicked here. So.
Well, Joe, as you're diving for Waldman's sword, you look up and you see a hunched, shadowed figure in the trees not too far from where you're at. And you can see it's knocking another arrow.
If you
And I
point
got
out
an
to me,
eight.
I
Does it
can
look
try-
huge?
What's
Or,
that?
like, does it look...
It doesn't look huge. It looks maybe human size.
If you can direct me that way, I can try and shoot it.
Yeah.
I got an 8 this
I'll do my
time,
best
which
to-
makes sense because it whizzed over my head.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely point him out.
I was apparently looking the wrong direction.
It releases another arrow and it flies right at you, Dan, but it goes wide.
Well, thank goodness, because I'm not very durable.
Now, we're going to...
Is it high noon? Can I shoot him? As we engage in our first grim and perilous combat, where our whole party's gonna get killed by this one guy.
Yep.
This guy
Because I don't know how to use
is-
my. Because I don't know how to
18
use my
all right.
crossbow.
This guy's 18 yards away from you all. Go ahead and roll your initiative.
And I don't remember how. It's a 2d10, right? Or 1d10.
It's a
for
D10.
Almost everybody.
Yeah.
I get 2d10 because
Yeah,
I'm
2D10 plus your initiative score.
Oh, good job. Good job.
2d10 plus your initiative.
Well, I
One-
get
one
2d10.
D10.
I get 2d10. As
You
a,
take the
Oh,
higher.
neat.
oh no, as one of my things I spent points on.
Oh, one of your talents. What is that talent?
I think it's my talent. Arbalest speed, maybe. I think it's Arbalest speed. Something is, or it might just be a function of being a watchman.
Well, that would still be a talent.
Come hither, large book. Because I remember writing it down. I thought
Arbalest speed, page 208. When you begin to load a ranged weapon,
No,
make
that
a
is-
successful coordination test to load it without spending action
I
points.
told you the wrong thing.
It should be on your character sheet.
Well, it's on my character sheet.
What's the name of it?
Well, That's what I'm trying to remember because it's just written above where I have my initiative.
And you wrote down Arbalest speed?
No, I just
What'd you
wrote
write
that
down?
I have 2d10,
Oh.
which I know is just wonderfully helpful. I didn't write the page down.
What? Look on your character sheet. Look at your talents on the 3rd page.
I think it's a class function.
That would be a talent.
All I wrote down was Arbalest Speed, Eagle Eyes, and Light Sleeper, and I don't think it's any of those.
It's going to be one of those. Because you won't get any talents like that from anything. Eagle Eyes, you do not suffer additional hardship from firing range at a distance.
Just found professions. I don't know if I'm on the right
When you are
side.
sleeping, you cannot be surprised or left helpless.
I know I read it.
Unless it was... Anyway,
I will look for it so I can find it. I know I read it.
we're gonna move on. So go ahead and roll your 2d10 for now. We'll look this up later. So Joe, what'd you get?
18.
Tyler, what'd you get? Not Tyler, Chris, I'm sorry.
9.
Dan.
It would have been 23.
All right, this is a surprise round. Oh, yeah. So, Dan, you're up. This dude's 18 yards from you.
Okay, I haven't the slightest idea how exactly I murder somebody in this game yet.
So, you got your Arbalest crossbow, right?
Yes, and it should be loaded already.
It's loaded. So, you're going to roll. Is that a martial ranged
Martial
weapon?
ranged.
All right, so you're going to roll your martial
and
range
I'm
check.
proficient in it.
So you're going to add whatever your score is plus
Except
10.
I'm on ignore, so I just don't have to flip to fail.
Okay, yeah. So roll it.
That's gonna be a miss.
Okay. So you shoot wide and your bolt misses. Joe.
Am I able to? Does that take?
That's one action point to shoot that thing.
I'll probably start loading my next bolt.
What's the load speed for that?
That's where I can use my Arbalest Speed. It's 2 action points to load it, but if I can,
Arbalest speed didn't say that, did it?
if I can pass my coordination test, I can save myself points.
Okay, then go ahead and make that coordination test.
That's not going to happen either. So I'll spend 2 action points and load my next bolt.
Okay, Joe, you're up.
Okay. I believe I have a
Oh, I'm looking in the wrong. All the way up.
short sword.
We'll say that. You toss that sword to Klaus. Okay, short sword. The guy's 18 yards away from you. What's your speed?
That is
Should be at the top of the 2nd page. Your movement, and that's in yards. It would be
6.
so you can move 6 yards. He's 18 yards away from you.
Okay, per turn 6 yards.
Yeah, or you can. Your movement is an action point.
Okay. How many action points?
Do you have one of these? There should be some of these on the table.
You can borrow this one.
Okay.
So movements, you can run, which is run at the movement times 3. So you could run, your movement was 6, so you could run 18 yards.
How do I know how many action points I have?
You start every combat round with 3 action points.
3. Okay. So movement.
Yeah, it's on the Watchman page.
Oh, there's a trait. Oh, that's right. There would be a trait there. Okay.
When combat begins, roll 2d10 instead of 1d10 to determine your place in initiative.
That's pretty good.
I was like, I remember reading it.
Good.
I can't fucking remember where. Hue and Cry. So
Okay.
it's just a Watchman trait.
Cool.
You can run for all 3 action points,
Yeah.
and you gain 3 times your movement.
Yep.
So I can run and be right next to him.
Yep.
Do I have to spend all of my movement?
No, you could stop earlier. Like if you wanted to charge.
Yeah. Is there like a standard? Is everyone's movement like 6 by base? Is it like?
It's going to be 3 plus your agility
3 plus
bonus.
agility? Okay.
Yeah.
So your agility bonus must be 3.
Hmm.
So that would be your 6.
I think I'm gonna run right up on him.
Okay, so you stop right there, right next to him.
Yeah.
And when you get up close to this dude,
Are there like attacks of opportunity if you get too close?
there are attacks of opportunity, and it should explain it on that sheet there.
Well, he's got some pointy teeth and some big ears and a big nose.
That's what this dude looks like.
I'd want to run close enough that I don't incur that.
Attacks of opportunity would only happen if you leave a threatened space.
Oh, okay.
So, like 4th edition attacks of opportunity, not 3rd edition. So, if he tries to move away from you, you would get to make an opportunity. Attacks are free.
Okay.
But you can only take 1 per round or whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, you see this.
Well, it's good that you guys are imposing risk on each other, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do anything otherwise.
It's a freak.
yeah. That guy's both goofy and scary looking.
Yeah.
I'll need to find some way to get pictures loaded up in the
Well, yeah.
stream readily.
As you get close, he looks like a powerfully built teenager. Skin is sallow. Heavy brows are topped with by a sloped forehead, which tapers off into a head of sparse, greasy black hair. Pronounced underbite and 2 overly large, sharp teeth poke up over his top lip. His nose is snout-like, and he has deep-set black piggish eyes,
Is that
more
the
swine
right-
than human.
Is that the right picture?
That's the picture that the book has given me for this. So it's not a perfect picture. Like in the description for this NPC, here in the adventure, it doesn't match.
He
So
looks like he's 90.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any hair.
He doesn't have any hair. He doesn't have those teeth, and he doesn't have a snout-like nose.
anyway,
But
Yes.
all right.
Just imagine, everyone.
more pig-like than that.
Okay.
Well,
So-
our viewers online can just imagine.
But
Yeah.
he looks human-sized? you said?
He looks like a well-built teenager.
Okay.
So, Chris, you're up.
It's happening. I'm gonna
Joe,
get my pistol ready.
while you were waiting on your next turn, make sure you read this perilous stunt section.
Yeah.
It was your pistol loaded.
You said there's action points?
Yes, you have 3 action points.
Yes.
Okay.
I have another copy of the cheat sheet.
There's
If you
another
need
copy of the cheat sheet here under
I got
this.
it.
Okay.
I got all the copies of the cheat sheet. Everybody can have one. Because I printed them.
So,
Also, my printer configuration page. Does anybody want this? Will this help?
No.
No?
yeah,
Okay.
that's fair. So my first action is going to be to load my flintlock pistol, which is a.
You have to beware.
It
of
said
the-
it was a gunpowder action, but that's like a subcategory of alchemy.
We're gonna go. What's the load speed on that weapon? You should have recorded that on your trappings page for the
for the weapon.
weapons.
Oh, 3 AP.
So it would take you your entire turn to load that.
Oh, that sucks.
Guns
What?
are well. This is really early guns
Yeah,
too.
you're probably pouring powder and doing.
Right,
I mean,
exactly. And this isn't something you want to like, especially a pistol at your side.
Yeah.
You don't want to set there loaded because there's a chance that all the wadding and the ball are going to fall out.
That's why you gotta have a vertical.
I was trying to
pistol.
say I was doing that when I got behind the tree. I guess I should have shouted it.
Yeah.
Um.
You know what? I'll let you. I'll go ahead and I'll say that you did that.
Okay.
So
Um.
Yeah, that is why I called that out.
yeah. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and take your shot,
Shoot better than I did.
is
Do you
this
know
a
what the range
range? Is this a martial or a simple range?
But I have a possibility of doing. Oh no, never mind. It says I have to load at engagement. That's weird.
Oh, you got an ability that lets you do something extra if you're loading within engage. Okay, but
Oh.
anyway, so what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to fire the gun.
Okay, make your attack.
This is gonna be interesting. Okay, it's not a critical failure. That's good.
Well, good.
Question is success.
Am I allowed to make any of these perilous stunts?
So
Yeah, they just use action points.
Okay.
the martial ranged, and I'm not proficient in it, but it's actually a 54. You said it's standard. So,
Yeah, we're
it's
just
in
gonna
the
call it
combat
standard.
section, so
I just fail.
Okay.
as did I. This guy's apparently a much better
I like
marksman
pull
than
the
we are.
trigger, and my gun just goes. Tick.
Okay.
Or no, yeah, I fired. It just missed.
Fired, but then it missed.
Fire again.
But then it missed.
I'll double the pops and stick my mouth.
There you go. And fired again. And I missed.
I fell asleep.
Haven't seen that one in a while.
It's a good one.
When my turn comes around, I'm gonna fire again.
But he turns to run.
Oh.
So
Stab
make
him.
your opportunity attack.
Stab him, Joe.
So opportunity attacks. Does it have to be like an attack, or
It's
can
just
I do
a
one of
base. It's just a base attack.
these- just a base attack?
Yeah.
Okay. How?
Did you get right up on him?
You should have a
Yeah.
martial melee skill. Attacking in this game is just a skill check.
Yeah.
What's this called?
Roll
Okay.
under. I gotta double check what mine.
What weapon are you using?
Short sword.
Short sword, is it a martial or simple?
I think that's simple.
I might take one more shot at him if he's running away. Because my eagle eye skills lets me treat medium distance the same as short.
Well,
When the time comes.
because if what's going to happen is we're going to move into the chase rules.
Okay.
So,
I won't necessarily get another chance to shoot.
right. Well, you might, but there's specifics to that.
Maybe there isn't a short sword.
Okay.
I assume that
It's an opportunity for us to learn how to play the game.
Do you have
I
a
probably have a simple melee weapon. I don't actually choose my equipment.
It's in the. It would have been in the.
Your equipment's given to you. Most of it's in your class section.
You're a warrior, right?
I'm a jailer.
I don't know what a jailer is.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah.
Because your equipment's given to you in your class selection, pretty much.
Trapping stuff. Reverend, Loveborn.
Commoner, you would have started off with 3 bandages, a bottle bomb, grave root, holy symbol, heavy boots, rucksack, shiv, simple attire, warm vest, and either a shepherd sling with stones, splitting maw, or threshing flail.
Oh, threshing flail. I remember choosing that.
Okay. So threshing flail, you'll need to make a simple melee test.
Okay.
And you can use this thing one-handed or two-handed.
Is there advantages to using it two-handed?
If you use it two-handed, you get +1 to damage.
Okay, is that it?
That's it.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to hold in my hand.
So roll that simple melee.
I just gotta say, while I was looking around for his warrior item, I just found like a little neat gotcha. Not a gotcha. Just a little nice thing in the book. There's Doerden syndrome.
What's that?
which is unlike your shadowy brethren, you have elected to live amongst the surface dwellers. It's a reference to Drizzt Do'Urden.
Ah, okay.
Considered a dishonorable traitor by your people, but when wielding any 2 one-handed weapon, you may add 3 damage. So.
Oh, so you succeed. He hasn't had a turn yet, so he does. I know. Yeah. So your attack goes through. He's not going to parry or anything. He's not wielding a weapon that can parry. So go ahead and roll your damage. Your damage is going to be, you roll a d6, you add your combat bonus +1 since you're wielding it two-handed.
If you roll a 6, you roll again.
You have to look at
8 damage. You move him from unharmed to lightly wounded.
Nice.
Nice.
Hopefully that benefits us.
Okay. So now we are going to move into chase rules. Let me find it real quick. So he is going to be your single escapee. You guys are going to be pursuers. This is going to be a short chase.
Damn right, it's going to be a short chase.
I imagine the concern is if he gets back to whoever the people that we don't want to know we're here.
Yeah. So the way this works is each round, I'm going to say that you and this guy have a head start. So the first round we're going to roll, he's going to get a +3. We're going to keep the same initiative. I'm going to put him after Dan. So it's going to be Dan. No, he automatically gets to go first on initiative since he's the escapee.
What a turd.
So Dan, Joe, and then Chris. So the way this is going to work, he gets to make his first. I'm just going to find the chase rules in the book.
Thankfully, at minimum, even if he eludes us, I can track him.
That is absolutely true. Absolutely. Your ability would come in super handy right now. Page 376.
I'd sure like to just not have to track him, though. I'd sure
Yeah,
like to just make him dead.
Yeah.
Because our secrecy is dependent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if he eludes us, then
The cat's out of the bag. And we can't put the cat back in the fucking bag.
Yeah. Cats don't like bags.
They sure don't. They don't like anything.
One does not know how you get
Cat
a cat in
scratched
the
a
bag.
hole in the bag.
But once it's out of the bag.
Yeah, God help you just getting it in there in the first place.
Yeah.
If you've never had to take a cat to the vet, then you don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So the way this is going to work, it's going to be a D10 plus your movement. You have a head start, so you're going to add 3 to that. He gets to add 3. So his starting value is 15.
Jeez. Wait. D10 plus
Your movement.
your movement +3.
Yeah, just this first round.
Oh, okay.
So, Dan, you're up.
Now I need to move up and try to catch up to him, correct? I need to roll.
So, yeah, the way it works, if your
We can
pursuit
give
value is equal to his or more, you can then attempt to catch, or you can attack.
Okay. And I'm sorry, you have to refresh me on what I need to roll for that.
You need to roll a d10, and you need to add your movement.
And also a shout out to Demir. He's cashing in.
Oh, hey, thanks for hanging out there, Dave.
Yeah.
It's always fucking great for you to come by.
Stayed out pretty late for us tonight.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking
awesome.
great.
Have a good night.
Roll it.
Take it easy.
Or good
D10,
morning, I
add
guess.
your movement.
For that it is 12.
All right. He is ahead of you still. Joe,
Motherfucker.
Oh, we're not all chasing him?
everyone's chasing him.
Okay.
What was
17.
What was his roll?
17.
I mean, I know he's
Yeah.
in front of me, but
He's at a 15. Joe, you're actually ahead of him right now.
Okay.
So now, if you want to, you could try to capture him,
Or shoot stims.
or you
What-
could attack
What type
him.
of checks are those?
So to capture, if your pursuit value is equal or in excess, you can attempt to grab or take down the escapee or attack, and immediately lower their pursuit value. So you're going to lower your pursuit value from 17 to 15, and then we're going to call this an easy capture test. It's a coordination test.
Coordination.
Mm-hmm.
Which, so I have a better chance at that than
Shooting him.
This is coordination. Yeah.
is it easy?
Easy.
Yeah, that means that you get basically plus 20
Yeah.
to your capacity.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have a 50, it turns into a 70 that you need to roll under.
Oh, okay. I rolled a 12, and I had to get better than a 67.
Okay, you capture him, but because of this, he also gets to try and break free.
Yeah.
So he's going to now make a coordination test.
Is it opposing
It's going to be
what I roll?
no, it's just going to be a skill test. But
Oh.
since he's trying to break free from you, the way this works is the kind of the opposing factor. So you got to add 20. It made it, you had it easy. For him to break away from you, it's going to be hard for him.
Okay.
So,
Hey.
and this was, coordination was agility, right? So he has to roll 30 or less.
I just discovered that. I
He
can
rolled a 31.
Nice.
You fucking run up and you just fucking scoop him up and you toss him down to the ground and you got your thrashing maul raised up to strike and he cowers in fear. And the rest of you catch up.
Hooray!
I'm an
Uh,
interrogator.
If I have the option to, I might try and recover my lost bolt.
Roll me a percentile. Actually, this is a luck roll. High or low?
This is like perfect for what my character's built
This is,
for.
you are ready. High or low?
No, it's just too high.
Roll percentile. If it's high,
Is a 98 high?
high, you recover your lost bolt.
Yeah.
So, Joe,
I picked up my
Yes.
yellow set.
You
That
better
thing rolled
recover
high.
my lost bullet.
no, your bullet's gone.
Okay.
He's on the ground, sniveling, shielding himself from your coming bullet, and the rest of you come up and surround him, and Klaus is there. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill him!
No,
I want to kill him!
You calm down there, Klaus. He might be able to
Okay.
help us.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make I'm gonna make an intimidate check, and I have two things that apply when I make intimidate.
Yeah.
If it succeeds, he's not allowed to attack until he succeeds a resolve,
All right.
and he takes 1d10 plus 1 mental peril.
Okay.
So
Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and keep my crossbow
and I gotta
ready
and what type of so I'm intimidating him like
for excited.
what I'm doing right now is
Goofy boy.
just to lock him in. Like you're not running, you're not going.
We'll
anywhere,
call it a
you're staying
standard.
here. Okay. 29.
You scare the shit out of this kid. He surrenders.
Okay. So he takes.
We should try and disarm him, perhaps.
Yeah, he's not allowed to attack until he resolves.
Okay.
But well, that's shitty. He takes 2 mental peril.
Okay. That doesn't break.
Assuming that does nothing.
Yeah.
But
So the what the story wants us to do at this point is to move into the social intrigue rules. I'm still not 100 on social intrigue. I don't. Last time I was supposed to do it, we just role played the whole thing and just rolled when it called for it. The way social intrigue works is you guys get to kind of metagame. You get to collaborate together, decide what outcome you want to go for in
the game.
In this game. You each get to decide how you're going to contribute to this.
Okay.
And then you'll each roll your tests and kind of tell me how this test gets you there or doesn't get you there.
It's a little bit like a skill check.
It's kind of like a mini game
we all
skill
chip
check.
our skill checks in.
Yeah. So we can do that, or we can just role play this shit. I'm kind of in favor of just role playing this shit.
Yeah, I'm kind of okay with that.
Okay.
I think it worked well for us last time.
It did. So you got him down on the ground. He's like, I won't run. Please, just don't kill me. Mother will be mad. She'll come for you if you hurt me.
I'd really like to know if he knows about the attack on the wagon.
Yeah, I'll ask him that. Are you involved in any of the attacks in the area recently?
Yeah. We're gonna destroy your town. She's gonna burn it all down.
I thought you guys had achieved some sort of peaceful agreement where they're not messing with you and you guys aren't messing with them and you guys are existing peacefully.
Mother says they all deserve to die.
For what reason?
'Cause Mother says so. She'll get you.
Mm.
Mother will get you.
Well, that sounds pretty unreasonable.
And then Guar's gonna eat you. She's gonna feed you to Guar.
What's a guar?
Guar's the big orc.
Little dog?
Yeah. Mother's gonna zap you.
How's she gonna do that? I don't think Mother is much of a magical type.
She's gonna zap you.
How's Mother zap people? Point a stick at us?
Mother knows. She knows all the magic. She can snap her fingers, kill you dead.
She might actually be a magic user.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Might be a heretic.
Could be. Once again, if you guys want to question something he's
fine.
saying, you can scrutinize.
Yeah, I'm not skilled in that.
Okay.
I'll scrutinize that.
So
is scrutinize just it's like
I'm not-
insight.
Yeah.
Well, actually, maybe scrutinize. It's kind of like insight. At least that's how I'm kind of taking it.
Yeah, there's like three things are useful in like a observation. It's like awareness, scrutinize, and rumor. And I don't know if I could apply rumor to this or not.
You couldn't. Not. I mean, you could. No, not in this situation. Maybe you can use folklore to maybe kind of
see if it checks out with any other.
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
I want to try and try to leverage the things that I'm good at.
Yeah.
I'll scrutinize
Well, do
what
so
he
without
said.
metagaming.
That's
Yeah.
I don't want to pretend like I'm great at everything.
Yeah. The important thing is just tell me what you want to do. And I'll tell you what skill check to roll,
Oh my
and
gosh,
don't worry about it.
If I'm good or not.
She's gonna
Right,
snap us
just
out of existence.
say what you
We
wanted
should
your
fall
character
and
to do.
Let him go.
Yeah,
and
well,
don't-
be
I don't
on
feel
our
like
way.
getting
Don't
Thanos.
limit yourself to the numbers on the paper so much.
Okay.
Limit yourself to what your character would do.
Yeah.
And sometimes the numbers will be in your favor, sometimes they
Okay.
won't.
Well, that's where I'm at. Like, how
Okay.
does she zap us? So
I rolled a 2 on my scrutinize.
He seems sincere about that. Like,
He
whatever.
genuinely believes it. Yeah.
Yeah.
he thinks he's seen
Either
it
it's
happen.
true or might as well be true to him.
Yeah.
So, I want to ask, like, how many of there are, or how many are there of you? Bleh, can't talk.
Hundreds of orcs.
Scrutinize that shit.
Yeah, I'm scrutinizing.
I got 19.
Why don't you give me a folklore test instead?
No.
Folklore?
There's going to be some other information there that can be shared. So it's folklore. This is going to be a routine folklore test.
Where the fuck is folklore? I can't even read words. Oh, there it is.
Routine.
I still got it.
10%, plus 10.
Plus 10?
Yeah.
10% easier?
Yeah.
I pass a folklore check.
What you have heard about orcs is they're not real great with numbers. Usually if you try to get a number from an orc besides 1 or 2, it's usually loads or loads and loads.
So hundreds and hundreds could be 10 or 20.
Yeah.
Or
It could be
5.
5.
Could be 5.
It could be hundreds.
Or it could be thousands.
Or it could be thousands.
So everything's on the table still.
Yeah. No information gained in that.
Yeah, unless it's 1 or 2. Useless.
He probably would have.
Probably still would have said hundreds.
Does Mother tell you any specifics about our plans? Or does she just say lots of big words?
Mother, she says you all have to die. That you're all bad.
Okay.
Is he just I
He's-
want to know, is he just a guard in this area, or do they know that we're coming?
Are you a scout?
You're gonna need to give me a check of some form to try and get that information. It's gonna be something he actively tries to resist.
Yeah.
Joe, this could be your time to shine.
So I have this thing where I can. It's called Torturous Inquisition,
Yeah.
where if I inflict a moderate or serious injury, it's a crit succeed on interrogation tests.
Are you going to attack him and see if you can inflict an injury on him?
I want to. That's my summary of it. I want to reread it from the book just to make sure.
Okay. What page is it? What is the name of the talent?
We'll
It's called
try.
Torturous Inquisition.
We'll try and talk it out of him first, and then if he's unwilling to, if we don't get the information out of him, then
You
you can
talk
try.
about it first, and then I'm going to use it either way.
Yeah, I'm just saying. While you look into it, we can try and discern
Yeah.
some information.
Okay. That must be tied to your jailer
Yeah.
profession.
Yeah, it is.
We'll see what he's willing to divulge.
Torturous
and then when he
Inquisition?
Yeah.
then he can lose some fingers or something.
Okay. Anyway, continue on. What were you guys, Dan, Chris?
What would you like me to roll to see if I can determine whether he's, stationed here and we just happen to run into his space?
So you ask him the question. I'm not telling you that. Those are secrets. Mother told me not to tell secrets. So if you want to try and do like an intimidate.
Okay.
So whether you were standing here on purpose or not is a secret?
Okay.
Oh, so you flip to succeed interrogation
Succeed.
tests. And when you succeed, it's always considered a critical success. In addition, when you inflict a moderate or serious injury,
Or you may inflict any moderate or
when
serious
you successfully,
interrogate them.
oh, you may
Yeah.
inflict
so it's,
any.
I
Oh,
make
so
an
you get to
interrogation.
fucking hurt them.
Yeah, I get to hurt
Okay.
them really bad for free if I succeed
Okay.
in interrogate.
All right. So,
I'm just gonna say, do they know we're coming? That's the
yeah,
end game.
Mother knows all your secrets. She knows they're coming. She's ready for you right now. She's going to zap you.
And that's what I wanted to check and see if that's honest.
Give me a scrutinize.
That's
I feel like that should really be.
I feel like that should be better defined skill.
I feel like because scrutinize, I think should be like detective work. Like you're
Yeah,
inspecting.
Yeah, that's
or-
why I thought rumor
It
was.
seems more like
fit
a
for
detail-oriented
that, but-
thing. It's not really like a social. That's not what scrutiny is.
And even
Yeah.
still, I critical failed.
Maybe.
So
Why don't we go with? Because I don't think rumor.
I thought rumor was dialogue oriented, and
We'll go with rumor for now. I'll let you take rumor.
Yeah.
We'll look up what the exact
It
skills are
doesn't matter
later.
because I still.
That's
fucked it
your
up.
homework. Look up later after tonight and look up what rumor does.
Yeah.
So anyway, what'd you get with your rumor
'Cause-
test?
I failed.
Okay. So you
In my mind, I thought awareness was like overhearing, scrutinize was like looking, and rumor was like dialogue.
that makes sense because it should be if someone's lying, you would think that would be under fellowship. Either that or there's nothing under willpower. Interrogation is.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll look into it some more. I'd love to be wrong.
Joe, what are you doing? Chris, are you doing anything?
I'm interrogating.
No, I'm just gonna watch.
I
How'd you
tried
roll on your
talking. I didn't get
interrogate?
anything
A
out of
12.
it, so sucks to be you.
You pass, so that's a critical success.
Yes.
He's gonna spill the fucking beans. Are you going to inflict a wound on him?
says I can inflict any moderate or serious injury of your choice, or cause them to suffer from stress or fear.
It might be
So,
beneficial to just stress or fear.
I think I might just stress him just to lower his
potential checks.
Okay.
Yeah. I
I'll
don't know. I don't.
I'll let you move him down to the ignore. Let me double check his shit real quick.
Yeah, I don't know how that. I don't know if I roll
You just
for
move
that
them
or
down
if
a
it's
rank,
just rolling
or-
them down.
I'm just gonna say. Well, you move him down to ignore one skill rank, and that'll ignore any skills he has.
Okay.
So that's what I'll say you do.
Yeah. Okay. I'm fine with that.
So what do you want to know? This guy is now putty in your hands. You've scared the shit out of him. What did you do to scare him so bad? Did you give him a hard hit with your weapon, or
Maybe you start threatening him with your little finger clippers.
Yeah. I have my finger clippers out. Those are my tools of choice.
he would definitely understand? I'm going to cut your finger off if you
Yeah.
don't talk. So
I'm gonna reach because he has arrows on him.
yeah,
I'm just gonna snap one of his arrows in half with it,
yeah.
and just effortlessly clip it in half and
Okay.
bring it by his hand.
Scrutinize is actually correct, by the way.
Is it used for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It represents the ability to understand motives and underlying intentions.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
bullshit.
That is
Good job, Crush.
Like
insight.
I said, happy to be wrong.
Anyway, what?
Okay, so yeah, that's how I would do it. using
Okay.
my
What do
clippers.
you want to know?
What was the last thing someone asked? There was something else we were-
Whether Mother knows that we're coming or not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I wanted to know. Do they know we're on the way yet? Has he told anyone or alerted anyone? Or was
No. I was out here hunting and I saw you guys.
Are there
I'm not
others?
supposed to leave the camp by myself.
Are there others on watch?
Yeah. Yeah, Gore sent out he's got goblins marching around the camp.
So if you wanted
Alright.
to sneak out and
You know-
sneak back,
Do you
and
know
not-
the names of all the people you're with?
There's mother
Okay,
and there's sister.
mother, sister,
There's Guar.
Guar.
He's the big orcs.
Hmm.
He's a big boss.
Do you know any other names?
He would ramble off names.
this might be a good way to get a count.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
He would ramble off 7 other names.
7 other names.
Those
7
are the
other
or-
names, so 10 total.
Mother, yeah, 7 other names.
10 total.
And those are the orcs. And then there's the goblins, but I don't know any of the goblins' names.
There's goblins.
Yeah. Hundreds and hundreds of them.
If you can make
Okay,
up
so
some
there's
names,
another
if
10
you can
orcs.
make up some names
Or
for them,
goblins.
For the orcs,
well, for the goblins. If you
Oh.
can make up some names for the goblins,
there's way too many goblins to
way
make up
too many
names.
goblins.
Yeah,
Okay, I
that's
wasn't sure if we could just kind of trick them into giving us a number.
Yeah.
I got what you were doing, and you were probably successful in getting that count from him doing it that way. Because, yeah, asking him for numbers, he doesn't know. You tell me the names, then you can count
And
the
we
names.
can
Yeah.
count. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you snuck out and you wanted to sneak back in, how would you sneak back in so you don't get in trouble?
I would wait in the trees for the goblins to go past, and then I would go in.
Okay. Does everyone live inside the cave?
Only mother and sister and me get to stay in the cave. All the orcs and goblins have to. Oh no, that's not correct. I'm gonna retcon that. He says, yeah, during the day, a lot of the orcs and the goblins sleep in the caves. At night, mother and sister and I sleep in the cave.
Oh, okay. So the orcs are always out. Everyone's out at night except for you guys.
Yeah,
Or-
there's orcs up in the day. He kind of explains it to you orcs like to sleep at night, but mother's got them up during the day too to get ready for killing all the villagers.
That's rude.
Yeah, mother says you ought to die because you're bad. So she's gonna kill you all. She's gonna zap you. Sister's gonna zap you with her lightning eyes.
Lightning eyes. How do those work?
zaps people.
Does she go like, and then it happens? I'm gonna like do that.
Like what kind of zapping? Have you seen her zap people?
Psh, like that, and they die.
You've seen it?
Yeah,
Is it pretty crazy?
which shit's bananas.
Can we scrutinize that? Can we scrutinize those
Go for
6?
it. Legit. Like he thinks whatever it is he's describing, even if he's not describing it correctly, he believes it's the truth. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
How many other mother and sister are those the only two that can zap? Or
Just mother and sister can zap.
okay.
None of the orcs can do magic.
Or the goblins.
Or the goblins.
What are
Yep.
mother and sister?
Their mother and their sister.
Are they the same as you?
No. I'm special.
What can you do?
Are they the same as the other orcs?
No. They're like you.
Oh.
Nah, I figured
Well,
there was some humans
fuck.
in there.
Okay.
Just like us. Not him.
Yeah, they're not short like you.
Hmm.
They're gonna kill all the tiny people too, like you. 'Cause you're
Neat.
bad too, even though you're tiny.
So,
Cool.
mother and sister are like us. Are they not also bad?
How long have mother and sister been with you?
Since before I was born.
How old are
no
you?
idea of knowing how old he is.
I
This is
I
probably-
was
He's
about
hundreds
to
and hundreds
ask
of
him
years
that,
old.
but I don't think he knows.
He's hundreds and hundreds of
I-
years
I-
old.
I'm
yeah.
old. I'm big. I'm special.
How many winters?
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
Loads and loads.
It's
Yeah,
such a frustrating.
I can't ask anything that's numerically oriented, and I just tried to do it twice.
Was it
Yeah.
more than one winter?
Hmm.
I don't know how to ask him anything numerically
I
oriented.
know
Chris,
that's
give
a
me
big
an awareness
question.
check.
I'm sorry.
Give me an awareness check there, Chris. Suppose I need to know actually what are your guys' awareness scores.
I'm actually proficient in awareness.
Uh,
Skilled in it. If only I wasn't in the
Well, what's the
track.
number?
34.
42.
I think at this point, I think we have.
But I
more
rolled
than,
a 50.
Okay. What's that?
I think we have more than enough information at this point.
Anyway, what's your guys? Everyone, Chris, don't do it again. But
Everybody's
you other
perception.
two make an awareness check.
Okay. Nope.
Hmm.
Awareness.
Yeah.
Which is that a skill?
Under perception.
hmm
I did it again anyways, just for fun.
I'd sure like to do it again for fun too, but
We're gonna call this a standard. We'll call it
doesn't matter.
no. You know what? I'm gonna help you guys out. I'm gonna call it an easy check.
Doesn't matter still.
So you can add 20.
Easy.
Yeah.
Add 20. Okay. I succeed.
You see that this creature in front of you, he has his little quiver of arrows on, his side attached to a belt that's holding up a real rough and tattered pair of leather, looks like homemade pants. Bare chested, but you see hanging off of his neck, he's got a little talisman. And it looks familiar to you.
Looks familiar.
It looks real familiar. So familiar, in fact, that you could have sworn you saw Waldman grab a talisman that looks just like it and say a little prayer before they left this morning.
Oh, so Waldman might still be wearing one.
You can go check.
Let's go check.
Wait. I'm confused.
I'll go check.
Talisman.
As long as he's willing to.
Well,
A necklace,
and Waldman has one on that's identical
This.
to this creature's.
I'll take it off and ask him, what's this?
Oh, Mother made it for me.
What does it mean?
So mother's probably.
It keeps us safe.
From Who keeps you safe with this talisman?
Mother keeps us safe. Mother keep. Where did you get? Did you steal that from Mother? Only Mother can make those. And you see, this thing is very. It's like a. Someone took they got copper and brass wire and carefully wove it around some special stone. It looks very unique. Like it would be sold on an Etsy shop.
Yeah, I'll tell him that.
And the two talismans, they do look pretty much identical.
I'll tell him he killed the man who owned this right over there. He killed him dead.
He took it from Mother then.
Yeah, he surely did not.
Sister and I both have these.
Well, Mother's deceiving you then.
Well,
Mother wouldn't lie. She's going to zap you for that.
either that or we need to figure out what this talisman means in the town.
Yeah.
So,
Mother's a bad person.
So to him, the talisman just represents Mother.
Yeah, Mother made that for me.
It's not like a god or any sort of religious implication.
Not that he's getting it. Not that you can roll, if you want to do a check on it, you could roll a folklore test.
Yes.
I fucked that one.
Boy, did I too.
Seeing as you can hold it in your hands and study it, I'll call it a routine test.
It could be trivial and I'd still fail.
Okay.
Yeah, 97.
So far, almost every single check we've had to perform are on my two worst
Neat.
stats.
10.
Did you pass it?
Mm-hmm.
You recognize it as not of the God Emperor, not a religious symbol that you recognize. It looks almost, if I could use a word, would be like pagan.
Okay.
So I take it from you, and I'm like, why would Waldman be wearing this?
I don't know. I'll pocket it for now.
You pocket Waldman's?
Yeah.
Okay.
In case we can find some information about it later.
Okay.
But fucker's with us still. Like, hey, do you know what this is?
Oh, the kid.
Yeah.
Klaus, he's
Klaus.
yeah, that's Waldman's talisman.
Yeah.
Is this special to Waldman?
Yeah, he's the only one who has it.
The only one who has it.
It's the only place I've seen. Well, no, that's not true. In the graveyard in town, Maximilian made a statue to his wife and daughter that got killed during the raid. And I think they might have one on it. So Maximilian used to wear it too, and then when he got married, he took it off.
I'd be like, what's your name?
This is Klaus you're talking to.
Yeah.
Klaus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You gonna ask the creature?
ask the creature what his name is.
Gregor.
Gregor, I have a feeling that Mother's gonna be very upset with you.
No. Mother's gonna be mad that you hurt me. She's gonna zap you.
You might have
I'm
just
I think
killed
you might have killed one of her followers.
What? No, he lived in the village. He deserved to die. He was bad.
He might have been one of your mother's people. From the talisman.
Like, no, they stole that from Mother. Mother only makes those for the people she loved. That's why she only made one for Sister and me.
Pretty hard fucking brainwash. I think.
Yeah.
That's a dead end, but.
Could be. If she just made one for you and Sister and herself, then who did he steal one from?
I don't know, but he did. He took it.
From nobody?
Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah, he tried.
He's really
That's fine.
not good with numbers.
He's really.
Oh, that wasn't just numbers, that was names. So
It was logic. He's not. You're not breaking
Like,
through.
Yeah.
You got to realize this guy. He's coming across as really not bright.
oh yeah.
A very much a simpler creature.
Mother made hundreds and hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Too old. You're right.
Yeah.
All right. I don't almost am hesitant to kill him in case there's some sort of bargaining value.
Gregor, one last thing.
Hang on just a second. I think you guys need to comparing this talisman and Waldman and Gregor. Make me another awareness check.
Okay.
Okay.
I hope it comes out better than all. No.
9.
19.
Fucking killing it.
Dan,
90.
you two actually start to
That's a
you
lot of
start
nines.
looking back from
I've been rolling
Waldman
nothing but
and
that.
this talisman and Gregor and his talisman.
It's time for me to.
And if you squint your eyes just right, there's not a lot, but there is some similarity in their features. Like if you took Waldman and you kind of
God.
morphed him,
Oh god.
there's some resemblance between the two of them.
I was really worried that this was going that direction. You may have just killed your daddy.
His dad, yeah. Okay.
Or your brother.
He's not my dad.
Maybe he was your
Big
brother.
Boss is my dad.
Steak.
Snake.
He was the big orcs in charge before before he died, and then Mother took over. Now Guar's in charge of the orcs. Mother's in charge of everyone.
Mhm.
Maybe we
How
can.
is dude that just died related?
Mother is actually his mother.
Yeah, Mother's my mother. Why else do you think I call her Mother?
I thought it was a religious significance.
No, I
Yeah.
crawled out of her womb on my day of birth,
Ah.
Hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
Okay.
So something's really not adding up here.
You get,
So let's see. If,
well, congratulations, Gregor. You beat me in the logic on that one.
boy, I feel bad for saying it, but I feel like we should probably take
Okay,
some.
what's relation of dead guy to how is he related to Maximilian?
Son.
Son.
He is
Maximilian's
Maximilian's
son.
son.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay. Where are you follow? Walk
No.
me through the logic, the lines
I'm
you're
gonna
connecting.
cancel my father logic here right now. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
cancel
not it's not similar features because
because of mom.
it's their kin. That's like his
Stepbrother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Similar features because of the
She's
mother.
been fucking with some orcs.
Yeah.
She made a halfsies.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
That is a way to.
Halfsies?
So, I think it's you guys have interrogated him. You've got a lot of
Half-orcs.
information.
I think
I
that
think-
there's some value in not killing him.
I think what happened is Maximilian gave his son, his daughter and wife to the orcs.
Away.
And they want to kill everyone because of it now.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Okay.
That my train of thought was, what's the cost to save the town? I don't imagine it's pretending you have numbers.
Yeah.
So are you guys? You're saying
We think
that
'cause
Maximilian
sold out the women and children.
he paid the orcs,
I
the women and children, to leave them alone?
That's what I think.
yeah, I don't I 100% think he gave his wife and daughter to the orcs as the bargaining deal.
Yeah.
And there's maybe some slight chance that because I think all of the women and children in the entire town is part of the bargaining deal. I think that's a little steep. So like, I'll give him some room for like maybe that was them
Some
fucking
doubts.
him over, going to that cave.
Yeah.
But 100% think that he just gave his wife and daughter to live.
Okay.
To the
And
So
now they're leading
find
an
out.
attack as revenge.
yeah. Why don't we? Are you guys done interrogating Gregor?
I think so. We might see if we can.
Yeah.
You got that
No,
rope
no,
still.
No.
Oh,
I don't
does
wanna kill
Jeller?
him.
Do you have?
I want to kill him. We might
What?
be able to leverage him.
Did you have like handcuffs or something?
We have a rope. We can bind him.
Well,
and-
I think. Did you
think-
specifically? What was your iconic trapping?
my iconic trapping is finger.
Oh, the finger
removing,
snipper. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wouldn't have had handcuffs, but you have rope.
Mhm.
So if you guys want to bind him or some way, if you're wanting to keep him alive,
I think there'd be some value for negotiation purposes.
I don't know.
We're
not.
I don't know that the king's entirely a reputable guy, but we do have potentially her son, which gives us leverage.
Could be. I was just going to say, if you're keeping him alive and you're binding him, I presume you would leave him behind. Are you guys still intending to finish your reconnaissance job?
Honestly, I don't see any reason to keep going. Although that's probably not the planned decision, but
No,
we
it's-
got a fuck ton of information from this guy,
You
Yeah.
did.
I mean,
and that's I think all we need to know.
I'd like to figure out
Unless
what their numbers are,
unless
just so we can tell somebody that actually
Yeah.
could
I-
do something
I'm
about it.
fairly confident we got the numbers of the orcs really close,
let me
and
go out
then
on
they have a similar number of goblin followers as well. I don't want to go fuck with 2 human magic users that are up
Well,
in a
you're-
cave surrounded by a fuck ton
Yeah,
of
well, your job
reinforcements.
is, and the way Waldman explained it, you should be able to, if you continue on in this direction, you'll kind of come up on a cliff
over the top.
over the top of it, so you could look down from a distance.
Mhm.
And it should be relatively safe to get the. That's if you want. This is the way Waldman explained it to you.
Now,
Yeah, and that's
I have a thought, and I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
mhm.
Do we want to try and talk with Mother?
That's entirely up to you. I'm just need you guys. We're gonna go to break.
Waldman might not be on the up and up.
We
Okay.
did miss a break or two in here.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we're at 4 hours already.
Yeah, honestly, we're doing really good tonight. So if you guys want to keep going, I'm super down with it.
Mhm.
I'm conscious. We're making
Yeah,
really
me too.
great headway. So I guess that's the question. Do we want to just sign off here, or do we want to go to break, and do we want to at least see the scouting part through?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll take another quick break. We can
Okay.
suss it out a little bit. And
Okay, so if you're still watching, this is going to be a fucking hell of a long
we're
episode.
making up for our short ass episode last
Right.
time.
YouTube, we'll be back in a couple days. Twitch, if you're still here, it's super late at night. If you're still here, we'll be back in a few minutes. But until we see you again, start fires, do drugs, tip your bartenders. Deuces.